Attention, 5'9" gamers! We are back with another installment of your favorite Dokkan Battle podcast called the Dokkan Battle Podcast. I'm your host, Toon Rami, and joining me this week, part-time stand user and full-time Super Battle Road King, the Masked Ningen.
Yo, how's it going, everybody? Good to be back once again.
The free-to-play king from down under, Jay Fanta.
Hello.
All right. If it exists, then he's already rainbowed it. The LR King of Dokkan, the Truth.
Hello.
Thanks.
Nice.
The homie who needs no introduction, Goresh.
Yo.
Mr. Verified!
Oh, was he screaming that whole time? Probably.
Oh. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, nobody heard anything.
We actually couldn't hear anything he said.
Yeah, you actually said nothing. Make sure you guys are locked in across all of our social media platforms and connect.
On the YouTube video, you'll be able to hear it. No worries, man.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube, join the Discord, check out the Facebook fan page, subreddit, everything. All the links are everywhere. Make sure you guys lock in today. Without further ado, let's jump into episode 37, Safety Net 2, the sequel. So obviously, this is the big topic that is dominating the Dokkan community news cycle right now. Safety Net. We knew about it before. They said they were going to drop it before, but they didn't. Now it's come back. They're going to be doing it. It seems like they're going to be doing it now. Is this good or bad for Dokkan? We'll start with that topic. Truth, let's begin with you.
I personally think it'll be good for a lot of reasons, right? Because this for sure kills off like farming bots and stuff like that. Because like they can't plug in the little system to the thing and then just the entire game is done in 2 seconds and they get the stones and they fill up the friends list, right? Like there's a lot of different ramifications to this. A lot of it has been overblown. People think that the wiki is going to be in trouble, which is not true. They just have to put in a little bit more effort. Same thing with like pretty much all the data mining stuff. They just have to put in more effort. That's it, really. I think it's gonna be good. I mean, it's impossible to say until it's actually like fully done and implemented and we see how everything is, but I feel as though this will be for the best, so.
Is there any argument to be made for this being a bad thing?
Well, it's a bad thing for people who don't spend on the game and like to test the units out using like the private server or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah, but who cares about them?
I would also say there are people out there, maybe like a 16-year-old kid or something like that, who doesn't have a phone good enough to play the game and use it on an emulator, and he's not able to do that now, right? Like that definitely exists.
The big thing is emulators not being allowed anymore either, right? I mean, if you're somebody who wants to create content for the game, that adds an extra layer of like a gate to start because you need to buy an Elgato now.
Yep. Yeah, when I started my channel, I had an Elgato, and slowly over time, it stopped working, and so I switched over to using an emulator, which I've used ever since then. So now it means I will have to go out and buy a new one. But it's not a huge expense, but like you said, it's definitely another step in the way. And obviously for Android as well, which I use, with an Elgato, it doesn't let you capture internal audio, so it means no more game sound in my videos as well. But at the end of the day, it's still possible. I think that's like the only downside because like you said, there might be some people who, for whatever reason, have to use an emulator. But I think that's probably the only real major downside to it.
Yeah, I would say that this is a good thing because this helps the game more than anything else, right? They're losing money from this not being in the game. That's the reason why they're implementing it. Like they wouldn't care if this didn't help their revenue in some way.
Yeah.
Given the way that information has been disseminated throughout Twitter and throughout all the various social media platforms, when data downloads hit, people have sort of developed this sense of entitlements, it seems like, when it comes to the type of information that we get and when we get it. So, do you think that gacha games as a whole moving forward should adopt this type of a mentality? Or do you think there's still a place in this gaming world for games that still don't mind letting their data drop early and people digest all that information at an earlier point?
I mean, here's the thing. How about Legends?
I was going to say, I wouldn't say it's a sense of entitlement more so than just we're so used to it happening over the past 4 years or whatever it's been that people are just, that's what we know, right? There was a time before any of this stuff was publicly available, right? We had like the Hato-sama account. That was the only account that was like data mining stuff. And then once he was like, once he was sent a the cease and desist, I think by them, that's when we had like that little period where there's actually nobody around to data mine anything, right? And so, I wouldn't really say it's like entitlement. It's just that we've had so many avenues for people to do so many things with the data that we shouldn't have had access to. That's just like the norm that we've come to know. And Dokkan has sort of really been the only game, at least that I can remember in recent times. I'm sure there's other games, but that at least that I know of, that really hasn't done anything about like any of these like third party like Stone stuff. They haven't done really anything about hacking or cheating or any of that stuff. So now they're finally starting to do that.
Yeah, because like vendors used to be a very popular thing in Dokkan, right? And like pretty much all gacha games nowadays, they like instantly like destroy you if you vendor, right? Like a lot of games give you like negative currency. A lot of games just outright ban within seconds, right? Like they try and really put that practice to bed a while ago. But Dokkan is just, they don't really do anything, right? There's like whatever.
Josh, I'm going to come to you with this question. Given the timing of this whole safety net 2.0 type thing, do you think that there was a particular incident that happened recently that would have something to do with why they're dropping this? Or do you think that this was just a long time coming that they planned to do at this point?
You asking me?
I'm asking you.
Me.
You.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of events that's just led up to this, to be honest. Am I correct? Just like a whole bunch. It was like all the, that one global situation. Come on,
So-
boys. I need something else too.
I did.
Okay, so I was.
I had a.
Go ahead.
I gotta choose my words carefully. I talked to a little birdie that thought it was very plausible that when Global accidentally, I don't know what the proper term is for it, but they left some of the sensitive files unprotected, right? Summon rates, chain battle info, probabilities for link levels, all that type of stuff, right? They left that in the database just sort of like unpassword protected or whatever. It's usually hidden, but people were able to see it, right? And I heard that actually very likely did have something to do with why they're pushing it now, right? Because Hydros has said... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was just saying my issue with that is then wouldn't they implement it on global as well?
Well, okay, but that's it already. Hydros said they don't even need to do an update, like an app update to make it live, right? It's all there. They just have to flip the switch, basically. So that's the thing. Like,
there's nothing in the news, right?
There's no notice on global, but they could just hit the switch on both games at the same time. Still.
Yeah, I mean we'll see, but I don't think without the notice, there's probably not going to be an update yet.
So at this point, this wasn't an announcement with any sort of maintenance that's coming up or anything like that. So I also spoke to Hydros. He said that theoretically this could happen at any moment. So what's to stop them from just doing this right now? What possible variables that need to be still figured out for them to actually get this whole thing going? What is stopping them right now?
Nothing's stopping them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't have just like done it at the exact moment, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just a case of they actually don't want like some of these people to leave from playing the game. Maybe that's it, right? Like, yeah, hey guys, get your time to transfer your accounts off of your like hacks and stuff like that. But keep playing, keep enjoying Dokkan. Thanks. I don't know.
Maybe there might be like some side effects associated with implementing this that they have to prepare for. Maybe that might be.
Yeah.
Maybe
I guess
what
that's
happened to
everything.
Global. Yeah,
That's literally what I was going to say.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to push. They don't want to do an update too quickly and break the game again. So.
What other game
not on
has safety
JP
net?
for sure, right? Can't do that on JP.
That's a good question, Josh. Go ahead. You were asking about safety net.
Yeah, before Dokkan, what other game has had safety net? That is.
I think a lot of these games have it, right? Like all the new games that come out pretty much have got it.
Yeah,
Because
that's
Hydros just told me that
new.
like both of these My Hero games that just came out have it, like stuff like that.
But was there like an older game that's, or maybe safety net's like a newish thing? I'm not too fond with the whole deal here, but is it like a new thing?
No, I
That's like
don't
this
think
year,
that.
or-
It's been around for a while, as far as I'm aware.
I'm trying to think. Has this been around? I think there was a pretty sizable data mining community back in the days of D1. Like, this isn't just a gotcha thing. This was also a thing on consoles too, like Destiny. I think there was like a pretty big data mining community in the Destiny side of things. Truth, do you remember any of that stuff?
No, I'm not like a big Destiny guy.
Oh, I thought you were a little bit into Destiny. Yeah, so this sort of thing
Wait,
has
what
been
makes you
around
think I'm a Destiny guy?
because we talked about it before.
We talked about what before?
Let's not do this here. Let's not do this here.
Why? Here's the perfect time. What do you mean?
All right, I thought we talked about Destiny before. That's it.
Wow.
My bad. But hey,
My
at least I
feelings are
replied to your
hurt,
text. All right, so let's continue. As far as who this helps and who this hurts, we talked about how this is ultimately going to hurt some of the probably younger consumers of the game who don't necessarily have the means to afford a device to play it, those who are in the content creation. And then who this hurts are basically modders, those who are doing some of the more unorthodox things in the game. Moving forward, do you think that the community would be able to accept the rate at which information is now going to be distributed and consumed, given how things are about to change? Or do you think that there's going to be a pretty rough transition point for a lot of Dokkan players?
I mean, you got to remember, again, this is all for the good of the game, at least from their perspective. Think about what's going to happen now, right? We're going to get a data download. People are not going to be able to look instantly and see what the data download has in terms of content. We're going to figure out what's coming to the game via like their Twitter posts and like all the official outlets, basically, is what we're going to have in terms of our main news source, right? Instead of people that are third party to the game. So
as far as I'm aware, they
can make it more hype, right?
They think they've already figured it out. Like I don't like there's not like they're still going to be able to get all the info, like all the stuff in the data downloads, like, oh, there's an awakening medal for this character, so this character is going to easy. There's a sticker for this character. They're still going to be able to get all that. Like, that's not going to change. It's just the method. As far as I'm aware, they actually just have to put in more work now to do it. It's not like as easy as it used to be.
And also, this is going to add a lot more legitimacy to the Max Link showcases, the Rainbow showcases, the various levels of showcases that content creators do provide, right? Because
it's very easy, Toon Rami. If you want to do a Rainbow video, just Rainbow the unit. Boom. Want to do a Link level 10 video, just Link level 10 the unit. That's it.
Easy.
Very simple.
Takes 2 seconds.
Nothing. Yep.
You mean
Nothing
like the way
that.
the game was intended to be played?
Yep.
Like Legends. I love that. You want to use the unit? 14 star? 14 star. Love that.
Truth, the enabler.
I'm an enabler? Huh?
You know how many times people tell me I'm hanging out with you and Goresh way too much these days? In terms of my spending in the game.
Okay. Well, I mean, you were going for one copy of Janemba, though. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Let's not go over that. Any final thoughts on safety net?
First time, huh?
Do you think there's going to be more content creators, or is the top going to stay thriving?
No, I think this is actually better for the community overall, because it's like, I don't want to use the word lazy, but I feel like it does at a certain point just become very like lazy-ish content, right? Like, it's like, well, I could just, auto get every single unit in their best situation ever instantly with the press of a button. Now people are actually like playing the game and stuff like that. And it's like, honestly, if you're not enjoying the game, I feel like you probably shouldn't be doing videos on it anyway, because you're just eventually gonna like burn out and not enjoy it. Like, look at my boy. I like him a lot. The Gaming Claw, right? Like, like he had fun with Dokkan for a while, but then it's just like, just don't like it anymore, right? Like, that's the type of stuff that's gonna happen. So like now, people who actually enjoy the game, like, you'll be able to make the videos and stuff like that. And it's not like only one person is gonna be making the showcases anyway.
Yeah. Plus, it wasn't super hard to figure out, but there was some complexity to it if you didn't have somebody who could like really show you how to set it up. But it did mean that people who weren't using the private server, well, I know that's not what it is, but that's what everybody calls it, were at a slight disadvantage, because obviously if you use it, you can put out one of those Rainbow level 10 link showcases as soon as the unit is in the files. But if you don't use it, you can't do one of those until you've actually link level 10 the unit, which could take you like a week And by then, if you put up a level 10 Link showcase a week after everybody else has already put theirs out, there's no point almost even doing it. So it puts everybody on a more even playing field.
Yep, that's exactly right.
I also think that
'Cause-
it's going to bring more eyes to the channels that are already in the community. And then, of course, those who actually have enough of a passion to jump in and put in the work to do this. But I don't think it's going to promote more people in general to start doing content creation, just because now there's no shortcut, right? So I think all it's going to do is just bring more traction to the existing channels that already are around, which is good. Any final thoughts on Safety Net? I'm going to say that we're going to get this in 1 week. That's my bet. 1 week, we get Safety Net. They can't be dilly-dallying any more than that.
Well,
1 week.
All I'm going to say
I
is
just-
this can be one of those quality of life updates that I'm happy if they wait a little while for it to come to global, because then I can save up to buy an Elgato.
I would probably say I expect it for Tanabata.
In
I
both
just
versions?
hope it doesn't. I just hope it doesn't result in a lot of lag. That's all.
Oh yeah, that's when I use VPN on MHA. Like if I I always forget to turn it off, so like everything else lags, and then it's just that game that's like just works. But yeah, I hate VPNs that way. In terms of that, which is also another issue with Safety Net actually.
Wait, what about VPNs with Safety Net? Is that going to be a thing that
Well, oh yeah, but yeah,
players are going to have
that's-
to deal with, especially with JP?
Well, that's what the MHA game has. You need a VPN to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess we can talk about that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, because there's a lot of people who play JP that are not from Japan.
Yeah.
So could this potentially be a new wrinkle that JP players have to deal with who aren't from that area?
I mean, you're not going to need a VPN to play the game if that's what you're thinking.
You don't think? Is that already confirmed?
I mean, I don't know why they would do that.
Well,
I mean-
that doesn't automatically come with Safety Net. No, that would be something different entirely.
Oh, well, there you go. I just know that the MHA game has Safety Net, and you need a VPN to connect to Japan.
Ugh, that sounds annoying. All right, well let's move on then. If we have any more thoughts, we'll always just come back. Let's move on to the next topic. Over on JP, we have a bunch of new SBR stages, and our local JP Super Battle Road aficionado, Truth, has been working on some of those. So we'll start with you. How are the new Super Battle Road stages treating you? How's the power creep treating you? Overall thoughts?
I would say the big complaint, right, is that they chose these small, shitty categories. So I can't find the leaders for a lot of them. There's just no leader for a lot of these teams. Because they want you to run Int, Go Tanks, Kefla, AGL, Bardock, characters people don't run. So
Yeah.
it just makes it annoying
Kefla, I
to do
hate
these
that
things.
unit.
Yeah, Kefla is like the weak link in that run, right? Like Kefla's weak link in her run, Bardock is weak link in his run.
Dude, I remember doing the non-extreme Universe 6 stage, and I remember saying, I literally said this at the end, I was like, Kefla's the worst unit on this team.
Yeah. But yeah, they're fine. I don't like Team Bardock as a stage just because they skipped over so much shit like Planet Namek and stuff like that to get there. I mean, the good thing with Team Bardock, I guess, is that they all have equips and stuff like that you can put on them, right? It's fine. The other thing too, I guess this piggybacks off of the thing, is that for extreme Super Battle Road stages, they give you a free Rainbow level 5 Link character, right? So like the Realm of God stage, there's a free Beerus there, right? For the Exploding Rage stage, though, they just give you a 0% Beerus. I really just wish they would... Yeah, at the very least, they could just give us a 79%. I feel like is a nice equal middle ground. Or even just one dupe. But like 0% is just like, it's bullshit. Like,
Yeah, what's funny about that is that based off of a lot of the videos that I've seen people do on those stages, like they hit as hard as ESPR stages, right? Those stages do.
Yeah, they
So
seem
it's
like
like-
it, yeah.
They're giving us toned down leaders for stages that are pretty much tuned offensively, at least the same, because defensively they don't have nearly as much health as the ESPR stages do, but offensively they're honestly the same, if not even they hit harder than ESBR.
Yeah, the Majin Power stage is the hardest I think I've seen any of these stages.
Yeah, that's
really
crazy.
But that at the same time, that was the most fun like run ever. Like,
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Josh.
the thing with
Oh,
with
go ahead,
the
go ahead.
introduction of some of these categories, like these are the kind of stages that they should be releasing like after they fixed the friend system.
yes, I agree, 100%.
The only good thing, like the Team Bardock one, I guess, is good because it is obviously it's like the newer version, the counterpart of the Ginyu Force one. It does mean it's a stage that even people who are newer to the game, it's like a full team that you can farm up free to play. And then, like you said, there's also an event where you can get a bunch of equips for those units as well. So
I guess
in a way, it's the easiest stage because more people will be able to do it. But yeah,
you made me think of something, right? One of the missions to get like the LR is to beat a stage 20 times. So by including that stage, a free-to-play player could just beat that stage 20 times to get a copy of the trunks.
Yes, sir.
So-
that is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh,
so
what's
it
the
is funny.
free to play? Oh, you're not done. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say it's funny that they released that as a stage when we still can't actually get all the copies of the LR though. That's the
Yeah,
actual Team
that's
Bardock leader.
Weird.
I think that's pretty funny.
All right, Mr. Free to Play King, what's the free to play scene looking like on these new categories? How have you been doing? What's the easiest one for you? What's been the most difficult?
It's definitely not as easy as the last set, because the last set I only have like 2 more to do, but this one was fairly okay. Of course, some of these categories are very weird for free to play. You obviously aren't going to be running free to play teams for all of them. Some can't even build a free to play team, so
Yeah.
that's always good. But yeah, like in terms of like, you know, how much damage they output, it's obviously very, very insane. But the easiest I actually found was the Inhuman Deeds. I didn't think that was going to be the most easiest. I thought Team Bardock when I saw the list. Yeah, Team Bardock, but Team Bardock was kind of difficult. It took me like, what, 2 tries, 3 tries? It does not make it sound difficult, but yeah. Inhuman Deeds did first try. Earthlings is obviously a very free-to-play heavy category, so I think that's probably...
Oh, dude, the best unit, like, dominating was LR Roshi, right? Like,
Yeah,
LR
LR
on
Roshi.
that stage. He's crazy.
Ella Krillin with his AoE stuns. You know, there's a lot in that team, so that's really good. And what else is there? And then Special Pose. That was my toughest one that I've beaten. But yeah, I only did 4, so I obviously not enough to get a dupe of Trunks and Bulma, but you know, Inhuman Deeds was easy enough to get 20 wins. Was a pain though. All my items are gone. And yeah.
For the global side, looking ahead at these categories, Goresh, we'll start with you. What are some hidden gems that we should be looking out for in our future summons? What are some units that we should be holding on to for upcoming Super Battle Road runs? I know you're excited for that Inhuman Deeds Vegeta, man.
I was gonna say Vegeta and Nappa, because they're not really useful anywhere else in the game, you know, except for World Tournament.
And of course, the global king of Super Battle Road, Mas Ningen. I know you're excited
obviously.
about no iteming that Team Bardock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a fun one. Obviously, you guys got to make sure you build up your STR Evil Boo because he'll carry Margin Power. So.
Yeah, true.
Right. That
was-
loser. It's Skinny Boo, the god.
Yeah, no,
all right?
Skinny Boo is king. No, that is one of the good things, obviously, for Global. Whilst it sucks that we don't get them released at the same time, it gives you an idea what units to start like building up. Obviously, check out videos from all the guys of actually beating them on JP. Whether you care about using items or not, it gives you an idea of what kind of units are going to be good in that stage. And lets you, you know, obviously you don't have any control over whether you pull extra copies of them aside from maybe specifically targeting banners where some of those units are featured, but it gives you an idea of who to start link leveling, who to maybe put some equips on and stuff like that. So it definitely gives you time to start planning ahead. And obviously the landscape changes so much between the release of the stages, because when they came out on the last category stages that came out on Global came out in December. And when they dropped, like the total number of units and categories and all that sort of stuff that was available compared to when those stages came out on JP, a lot of them obviously became a lot easier because we had things like the worldwide celebration units and all that kind of stuff. So it's annoying that we have to wait for them, but it obviously gives people a lot more time to prepare. So if your account is not, super top tier, it gives you time to plan and start building up your teams and getting ready for those. So
one major factor in these stages, these are the first stages where we've had the same name update, which does factor into many of these stages actually, right? Like I'm beating these stages with multiple golden Friezas, multiple legendary Super Saiyan Brolys, right? So like that changes things completely.
The Int Broly Planetary Destruction team just absolutely destroys the Inhuman Deeds stage, because that's one I know people complained about, because obviously the only real leader technically for the category is Nappa and Vegeta, which is a summonable LR. But yeah, there's a bunch of other category teams that you can technically run that are all Inhuman Deeds, and
because Inhuman Deeds is a really it's a really good category. It's just super without like a leader better than Vegeta and Nappa, it's just in a funky spot, right? Like,
yeah.
Now, assuming that they don't fix the friend system anytime soon, which is probably never going to happen, here's an idea. If they were to release these Super Battle Road stages in smaller chunks more frequently, and with somewhat of a discernible pattern based on the release of the Dokkan Fest units that we have, the new category leaders, do you think that would promote a healthier and more diverse friend library for people like Truth to do these Super Battle Roads? Or do you think that it's better off the way that it is, releasing 10 stages at once in much fewer instances?
Well, I mean, you're sort of combining two different, right? Like the friend system has got to be fixed regardless. Like that's just a problem no matter what, right? Because it's like,
yeah, but assuming that it's not, if they were to do this more frequent but lesser amount of stages releasing, would that help the issue instead of?
I feel like.
Are you saying that as in? Are you saying that as in content is a problem in Dokkan? Is that what you're?
No, as in finding friends for these particular stages. Like you mentioned, you're having issues finding Bardock, or you're finding, Kefla and things like that.
But I think that would persist no matter what, right? The problem is the friend system, not the amount of stage they release at the same time.
Well, if they release less stages, more people will be using leaders that are for the lesser amount of stages.
More people will be using AGL LR Gohan. Yeah, that's what it would be.
I was going to say that is, I think Goresh is right, because that's something that we see with like EZAs, because when an EZA comes out, you'll find that leader that you need for at least the next couple of days. So obviously, when like 10 stages come out all at once, not everyone's going to be setting the same friend. But I don't know how that would work, because I know they'd have to completely change like the reward structure and stuff, because obviously they release a new LR every time and they build the missions to get all the extra copies around the fact that there's 10 stages to do. There's tons of categories still, so I mean they technically could spread it out a bit more, but I think it would just be easier
instead of trying to jump over the problem and zigzag through the little lines, like we just fix the friend system and move on.
Yeah, that's the ideal answer, obviously, but it would be nice.
I mean, that wouldn't make for a good topic if we were to just say, fix the friend system.
I mean, they should just honestly, at this point, just remove the friend system. I wouldn't actually care if they did that.
Yeah. Yep.
We're at a point now where I actually wouldn't care if they just remove the friend system.
Well, yeah, because if you really think about it, like, what does the friend system actually do other than be a hindrance half the time? So, like, if the game literally just worked around the other leader is the mirror of your leader. I know that's the classic example because that's what they did with Trident and everything. But like, if they just did that and didn't have a friend,
that would kill free to play.
Anything?
That would kill free to play.
Yeah, true.
Nobody cares about that, to be honest.
Of all people, you. Okay.
The point of the friend system is to take advantage of your rich friends like the Truth here, to yoink their 100% units.
Exactly.
So you don't have to use you don't have to summon your own.
Exactly. Mirroring your own unit, if you're free to play or someone on a very low budget, you're dead. Why? I mean, there's no point. Right?
Yeah, I guess that is true. But then at the same time, I've said this
to summon now.
Yeah, exactly. I've said this before. People don't like it, but it's actually true at the end of the day that because it's a business, if they make a change to a certain system, they don't care how it affects free-to-play players because they're not the ones giving them money.
Truth, your struggles with the fusion category no iteming situation was very entertaining for a lot of people. Do you think that you have a fusion no item 2.0 coming up with any of these categories? Or do you foresee all of these no item runs to be pretty simple?
Team Bardock, I think, is going to be problematic because of the final fight against Frieza. Seems like it's going to go on for a very long time. So I think like it's going to be a matter of like getting stuns with Borgos consistently. Just from like 2 scouting runs in there. Special pose is going to be rough as well. I think just those are the 2, special pose and Team Bardock.
Who do you think is going to finish Team Bardock no item first? Ningen or Truth?
Oh yeah, definitely Ningen, considering he's got 6 months
I don't think
to
it's going to take. Yeah, I was going to say I don't think it's going to take him 6 months somehow.
6 months. That's pretty generous.
Right, yeah.
I predict.
Well, it was December last time, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yep. That's. I think.
Wasn't it
so.
literally? It was either like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day they came out, which is ridiculous. But
Yeah, I do think. So what I think is going to happen is JP and Global are going to get the next 10 stages of Extreme Super Battle at the same time, Worldwide Download Celebration, but Global still won't get these 10 stages, I think, till December. So it's like the next Super Battle Road stages, I think, on Global are ones that aren't even out yet on JP right now, right?
I mean, that would be cool. It's always more hype, whether it's Super Battle Road stages, units, or whatever. It's always more hype when stuff comes out at the same time. So yeah, I'd be perfectly happy with that.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would prefer if Global was just caught up in everything at the same time, completely in both versions.
All right, let's move on to another topic, something that I know a lot of us are very excited for. We've got another installment of Chain Battle coming up. Woo! JP is getting the new Chain Battle with Piccolo, right? You guys are getting a brand new one. And Global is getting the one with Trunks. So, any thoughts on the new Chain Battle, JP players?
It looks...
Other than it sucks?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to my equipment pools, man. I just want to get some good STR equips, because every unit they release is STR, so. Like literally Chain Battle, like I just, like, it's like, okay, like, we'll just do it, right? A new mode, or that same mode as whatever. But just trying to get those equips. It's my only focus, really, is the equips.
The advantage character is Gohan, so it looks like to be like free-to-play can, or if you're a free-to-play-esque, you know, you should be able to get some decent points, I feel like.
Yeah, you've got all your Nappas, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I mean, you say that, but there's you could actually get what 3, 4, 5 free-to-play Nappas. So.
Yeah, if you don't, I guess, if you count the SRs and rares.
Well, okay, so you have the
and Bond of
you have the Baba Shop one, you have the TUR and the SSR, you have Great Ape Vegeta, or excuse me, Great Ape Nappa, and then at that point it's the SR. Yeah. Are you gonna use the rare too? I like that.
Hey, he's pretty rare.
Well, yeah, he's unobtainable now.
And then for Global, the categories are Planetary Destruction, Exploding Rage, and Pure Saiyan. So basically Broly, right?
Yeah, because this one came out during Saiyan Day. Yep.
Yeah.
This one was good, by the way. I remember this one being not bad at all.
Isn't it kind of an issue that Broly's like not in like summonable, technically?
He was summonable back in March.
Yeah, well, not
you're
now.
supposed to plan ahead, man. That's what you're expected to do as a Global player. Plan ahead.
I mean, you think anybody actually cares? Like, who cares?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like for ones to, not get destroyed after like the first hour of Chain Battle by someone.
I think,
I mean,
let's be
you're-
fair,
you-
the thing we're all looking forward to the most is every other day when we see Goresh tweeting his new
Yeah,
high score
every morning
at
I
Rummy.
wake up and my mentions are off the charts, and it's because this guy just adds me, and then I see that his score doubled since the previous day.
Toon, you're the one
You
who
asked for
chose
this.
to make your rival Mr. Verified. That's your fault, man.
Mr. Is that what we're doing now?
That's his name. Yeah. What's wrong with his name? You got a problem with his name?
Like Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, I know. And then also for Global and JP, we have some EZAs, some notable EZAs coming up. We got Physical Cooler for JP, which we still don't know what his build is, if I'm not mistaken. And we also have the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks coming up for Global. So, hype. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, Gotenks is super good, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty excited for Gotenks because obviously
I wish
fits
we knew
perfectly
what,
on the new
what
team.
Cooler did.
Like, it'd be cool.
Yeah, when do we expect that info to drop for a cooler?
I think it might
Ooh,
be
good question.
tonight.
Do you think we're going to get that before this whole safety net thing drops?
Yeah. I think the whole data download will probably be before safety net drop. I think Cooler's info is probably tonight. Let me just hold on.
Oh, okay. I got to get the template ready then.
I think.
The one
Yeah, I
thing
thought
we
I
could
saw
talk
some-
about. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I thought I saw someone saying we should have it by like Monday morning, so I think it's either tonight or tomorrow night, supposedly. But
I think it'll be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we'll get Cooler's info.
The one thing we could talk about is like the schedule leading up to the anniversary for Global, because we have like a month, right? That's it.
Yeah, so
Well, it
we already
seems
have
like-
the countdown that's been announced. So that's obviously going to be an underlying recurring theme going forward all the way until launch. So
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean, we
we can
know
expect
exactly
probably one LR banner before we get the 6 year.
yeah, because that's what they did last year, isn't it? Because the year before they didn't do that. They did the expected thing, which was the first Dokkan Fest after the anniversary for JP came before the anniversary for Global, and then we thought that was going to be it, and then they snuck in Vegeta and Nappa right before. So I feel like they're going to do that again with
LR
Tapion.
Tapion. No, that
Yeah.
banner's gonna hit like top 50 grossing or something. It's gonna do so bad.
Because like the thing is,
Yep.
if they don't drop Tapion now, like he's coming out in
exactly.
October.
There's no room. Yeah, there's no
Yep.
room to fit him in otherwise. But it's just such a bad time because like he's like a fun unit. Like I would definitely like to have him, but like I'm not. I mean, this is probably the first time in a long time because of how deep I had to go to get Goten and Trunks. I'm not even gonna summon.
I
on his
saw
banner,
that.
so-
I feel so bad for you.
yeah, that was
That
pretty
was
brutal.
rough, man.
How deep is deep?
Well, it's deep for me. It was. It took. I pulled the first copy after 1,100 stones. So,
Deep pockets.
Dude, that's deep for y'all. Be getting so lucky, man. Like if I
but
man,
when
if you
the,
can guarantee
Suffering
me,
from success right here.
yeah, but when
I'm
you know,
not-
when
What?
when Global gets like 300 stones worth of sales, and then it takes you over 1,000 stones to pull a unit, it's pretty tough when we out here.
I'll be getting
Yeah, Toon.
lucky.
the tune like Janemba Shaft was actually like horribly bad. Like that was terrible.
Yeah,
You
how
might
many
say
was that?
About 3,000. And then
Yeah,
extra
which is-
if you want
which
to
is-
count Garesh's little
That's
calculation.
shocking.
Yeah, that's 4,000 with the extra multi.
Oh yeah. Oof.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
bad.
Couldn't be
Feels
me.
good. I'm still bleeding from that. Like I had a whole timetable on like how many stones I was gonna have going into 6 year. I'm like 3,000 stones behind schedule right now. So yeah, it's not looking too good for me.
Vegeta coming soon.
Any,
But yeah, I was
What?
gonna say so I think literally the only thing we have left is the LR Tapion banner. I don't know what if that would that come with like the anniversary like countdown celebration. Like what is that coming with?
It would be right before, because I think that would come what in like the 30th or something of June. Countdown.
Imagine.
I mean, how did
Comes out
the
like
Ultra
4
Instinct
days
how did the
before.
Ultra Instinct banner drop?
That was like May 9th, dude. That was like a month ago, last year from now.
Wait, yeah, let me check the.
That was
Yeah,
not
'cause
even
he
close
was-
to the anniversary. That was
That's
like
not even
about,
close.
like,
Yeah, he was-
like 2 months before.
Yeah,
getting
he
the
was
nap
the
from
second
Vegeta.
part of the Goku Day celebration for Global.
Yeah,
It
so
was like
Nappa and
mid-May?
Vegeta dropped on the 22nd of June. So
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, that band
So, yeah,
did very
still
well, by the way.
just over 2 weeks from now. But yeah, that's going to be I mean, I can't imagine, surely, like, no one outside of, like, Big Whales is going to touch that banner at all. Like, the only way I could see that banner making any money, and I don't think they've even ever done this before, is if they do, like, a Pilaf Trove ticket thing. Because they've done one for legendary banners before where you get, like, guaranteed SSR. I feel like the only way they're going to make money off this banner is if they do a Pilaf Trove ticket that, like, is guaranteed LR.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, I'm getting one copy and I'm done on that banner. That is 100% what I'm doing there.
Yeah,
I'm
because
scared
the
to
other thing
say
too
anything.
is like LR Tapion wants to be run with the EZA Tapion, and I don't think that Tapion's coming until August with Videl on global. So
Yeah, so like
that's a good
what?
point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is that? Like, what is that banner coming with? Just the banner and that's it. Because at least Nappa and Vegeta, I think they were part of a celebration, right?
with what? Did they come with something? Krillin?
They-
Did Krillin
yeah,
come
I
out
think
at the
they
same time?
Yeah, I think they came with Krillin. Yeah.
Maybe maybe a
Because
world tournament.
Krillin, remember, Krillin did not
Let's
come
go.
out with Blue Kaioken on global. So
Yeah, that makes perfect thematic sense. Let's have Tapion and Minosha show up with world tournament. Good idea.
not another one.
All right. Let's go ahead and wrap up this part of the show. Guys, we will be right back to answer some of your questions right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. Folks, a couple of days before the show, we like to throw out a tweet notification to let you guys know that we're doing the show so that you guys can post your questions. We like to go through and check out those questions and pull up some of the best ones for us to answer this week. So we'll start these questions off with our first one from Joe Wags, who asks, do you think it's possible that the new STR free-to-play Piccolo will awaken to an LR?
No.
Typically, free-to-play units awaken
Next.
right away with the exception of LR's Halloween and April Fool's units.
Real fast, it's no, because he has free to play potential system.
Yep.
Next.
Man, it hasn't
So-
stopped B-Pan, so.
Well, okay, but that's different because
Yeah,
like
no.
hers was decided years and years later, right? Like the
Yeah.
point is, if they made him now, they would know if he's going to be an LR.
Yeah.
Because B-Pan predated LRs, didn't she? I'm pretty sure she did.
Possibly. Because, yeah, her original event's super, super old, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we expect it to be, what, Krillin and Piccolo? Tiwa?
Yeah.
EZA?
Because
Yeah, there's no
the
Namekians
unit
in the
is
category.
not on Namekian,
Yeah.
but he is on Battle of Wits, which both
Yeah.
Krillin and Piccolo are on, right?
Yeah, so original B-Pan came out in July 2016.
So she came out with LR Goku, actually. I think they came out at almost the exact same time.
Let's have a look. It was the 21st.
And
21st
it's
of
not
July, and then Goku
Piccolo
came
and
out.
Goku, because
5th of
July
heavenly
5th, so yeah.
events.
Yeah, so he did come out just before her, but yeah. So.
Okay, so she doesn't predate LRs, though.
But I'm sure at that point they probably hadn't planned that she was going to
Yep.
awaken into an LR with an active skill at that point.
Yep,
So,
that's definitely the reason why she has that, but no other LR does, right? And that's why, like, LR, like, we saw the SSR for Roshi and his potential system, and instantly it's like, oh, he's an LR, right? So, like, it's just this Piccolo and Krillin, they're just gonna be a TUR. They'll be very good, but just a TUR.
do you
All
think there's any chance it'll be another combination? Because people were talking about like the difference between the movie and the arc in the series.
It's because of heavenly events, the category. It can't be. Can it be Goku and Piccolo still?
No, it cannot.
No.
It
I just
has
don't
to
know,
be
there's
from the
Dead
events of
Zone.
the filler arc.
Ah, yeah, true. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah,
All right,
he
let's
would've-
move on
they
to the
might have
next
got
question.
Movie heroes or something.
Let's go to the next one, brought to us by Wick of Legends, who asks, it's been a significant amount of time since the last two Prime Battle Easy areas. When do you guys think the next one could be?
Real quick, they count the B-Pan one as the same type of thing, right? Because it's whatever it's called, right? The little like legendary campaign, not one of those, but like LR Goku LR Prime Battle Frieza and B-Pan all had the same thing. So B-Pan really is the answer to that.
And the next one
Yeah,
would
'cause
be worldwide.
I think Trunks. It'll be Trunks.
Yeah, it'll be Trunks, but when?
Trunks is gonna be sick, dude. I'm excited for Trunks.
He doesn't know. All right, let's move on to the next question brought to us by Cookies, who asks, what's an LR?
Wait, I just got that. Wait. Jay Fanta knows who I'm talking about.
What?
What?
Ella AJ or
Who
Trunks?
doesn't know? I don't know. He
What?
doesn't know. Who doesn't know too?
What are we talking about?
No, he was asking you when do you think it's gonna drop?
Yeah, I
and
said
then
when.
You just said Trunks.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said who. I thought he said who. Okay.
No.
I mean,
right.
I don't know. That probably would be, maybe. I guess maybe it could be Tanabata. A big celebration, I would say.
Yeah.
September
All right, so-
27th.
There you go.
September 27th. Book it.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so Cookies
He asked when, so I answered.
asks, what's an LR that you think doesn't need or deserve an EZA before other LRs, but Dokkan will give it to them anyway, like Goku Frieza?
I think that's because using Goku and Frieza as the example, it probably is just one of those things where it'll be like thematic to whatever a big celebration is, right? So
Yeah.
depending on what like worldwide is or Tanaba, any of that kind of thing, if it's like a big, it's obviously going to be themed around something. But yeah, if an LR exists that fits into that theme that is slightly older, but not as old as
I got
the
one.
pretty old ones.
I got one too.
I have one too. Mine's
I don't think me and Truth might be thinking of the same unit.
Mine's
Go
gonna
ahead,
be
go ahead.
guaranteed worse than yours.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll go first.
No, you go, Greg.
All right. The Dragon Spirit. The Dragon Fist LR Goku. He doesn't need it first.
Oh, he does.
Before. Hang on.
Yeah,
Let me
he definitely
finish.
badly needs it, dude.
Let me
Go
finish.
ahead.
Yeah.
He's not gonna need an EZA before the OG 90s get theirs first. But he's
I was
gonna get
gonna
one.
say,
I think he's gonna get it first before them.
I was gonna say LR physical Gogeta.
I
When
mean,
they
yeah,
do
could you
the,
imagine if they're dropping, the new one that's like the Gogeta
Yep,
version
exactly.
of STR Vegito, and then they just give the physical one an ECA.
That's what they'll do.
But yeah, the Super
I
Saiyan 3
was-
Goku is almost on the same level as the 90% ones in the
Yeah,
sense
almost.
that you just can't really run him anymore in like the harder events.
He still has a place, but like I said, it's weak. But the reason why I say that is just because the last EZA that we have left is the 120 Super Saiyan 3. So I'm just thinking like, whenever they drop that, some sort of a campaign based around that, they might do something with him, maybe.
Because yeah, Super Saiyan 3 desperately needs more buffs. So.
Any other hot takes? Sure.
I
what's
was
yours?
leaning not an LR, but I was singing AGL Gogeta, right? Like so, like
that was
whatever.
my second option.
Yeah, whatever. So I think the Broly movie is either worldwide or anniversary, probably one of the two. And I could see AGL Gogeta getting an EZA during that. That would be
That'd be
very
insane.
hype. Yeah.
That'd be so good. Beerus
'Cause
and
he's
Whis
still good.
could be on there. Depending on, again, that I feel like that would have to be the
That's
theme of
that's
the
kind of like my
celebration
Super
would
Saiyan
have to
3
be
one.
Pretty, yeah, because Beerus
Yeah.
and Whis, like,
They're like in that next
bad.
line of units. That
yeah,
need it.
they're in that sort of weird area where I don't really ever find a use for them, because if you are going to run like like physical Beerus on Realm of Gods, you usually just run him alongside like the STR Whis rather than, especially because it's a summonable LR, so people are not potentially going to have multiple copies even if they do have them. And it wasn't, I think we mentioned it on the last episode, it wasn't until recently that I pulled a dupe for them and reread their passive and saw just how very basic of a unit that they are. But with an EZA, they could be absolutely ridiculous.
All right, let's move on to our final question brought to us by free-to-play Dokkaner, who asks, do you think Dokkan releasing many non-hype characters as Dokkan Fest serves as sort of a warning to other gacha games, or in general, that Dokkan is here to stay for a long time, that doesn't rely on Goku and Vegeta to make money, and is willing to go out of the box with things? Man, that's a run-on sentence.
No.
I don't think it's that deep, is it?
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
one thing.
Why are they doing it?
One thing I could piggyback off of this question is that if Dokkan was going to die anytime soon or there are any plans for it, they would not be releasing Videl and Tapion
Right.
and shit they would be meter burning Gogeta and Vegito and UI Goku and shit, right? So
Yeah.
that's one thing you can take away from the like low hype characters.
Yeah, all that other
it's
stuff
like-
that they know, they'll just start throwing out things like the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and all that kind of stuff.
It's like a going out of business sale. Like you're not gonna be selling, really weak, cheap, stupid stuff when you're shutting down your business. You're gonna be throwing out these amazing deals with some of your most iconic, marketable things because you want to bring in as much hype as possible before the very end. So they're not gonna be ending the game with a Videl Dokkan Fest. No.
Yep.
I think we
Gresh,
talked
who was
about
the
it
last-
before,
Dokkan Fest of Buchi real fast?
The last fest.
Like the festival unit in Buchi.
I think it was. Who was it? It was somebody that was not that hype. I think just because they had like a backlog of stuff they were working on. He just wasn't. I think was it like
Wasn't it
Super
UI
17
Goku?
or some shit? Nah, he was the
It wasn't UI
anniversary.
Goku?
No, he was the
Okay.
anniversary. But they ended up giving out like for free, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and stuff that like was never in the game. But he was obviously going to be their second anniversary unit. They just like they weren't going to make it there, so they were like, all right, you just have it for free.
Oh, okay.
All right. Any final thoughts?
I was just going to say, because we did talk about it on a previous episode, I think, but it is still, it is interesting to think about why they have done a couple. Is it like, how many back-to-back now? I guess the main ones to consider are like Videl and then the Kid Gohan. Although it's still weird that they advertise, like the original advertisement from like the V-Jump leaks and stuff was that it was Garlic Jr. rather than actually being advertised as Kid Gohan. But I think they just know that like the big ticket banners are always going to be crazy hype. I just don't know what the thought process is behind pushing out some of these other lesser hype characters as Dokkan Fests like banners. But yeah, who knows?
One other thing too is I have heard a lot of talk about the animations, right? Like they don't have animations to pull from and stuff like that. And it's like, look at like the free-to-play LR Trunks, right? Like his animations look fine. Where do they come from? They just made them up, didn't they?
Yeah, because don't they take some, like they've taken ones from, they take them from like random games and all sorts of stuff now.
Heroes
If they're not,
anime.
like-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got loads of stuff they can pull them from. Because that's one of the things I kept hearing people say about us not getting any other sort of new Blue Gogeta from the movie because they've used all of his animations already. But there's still tons of stuff they could do with him.
They didn't do the little like hand wave thing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Dokkan doesn't have that, huh? Yeah.
It's the best part about
Do your
that
little
character.
hand wave and eat a rising rush right after.
I'd just like to point out real quick that I maxed out Metarildo. I'm really happy.
Which one?
S tier Metarildo.
Links.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
okay.
Which one he
Cool.
said?
Nice.
Just maxed out his links.
I thought you were going to say his dupe path. I was about to say what?
I just had physical 17 finish. That's,
Oh, nice job. Productivity.
Actually, yeah, there's a go. There's a question from me to everybody else. Who are you working on right now for link levels?
Go 10 and
Yeah.
Trump.
Dude,
Who are you working on during this podcast?
I'm screaming.
I don't
Garlic
mean literally
Jr.
right now, but yeah.
I'm not playing
has
Dokkan
had
right now.
level 9
yeah, me neither.
big bad bosses for like 5 days. I'm going crazy.
Yikes. 'Cause, yeah,
All
I'm
right.
focusing on. Obviously, I'm obviously doing Go 10 and Trunks and Krillin as well, but I'm starting to focus on the anniversary units now. So I just finished MVP 17, and I've got Int UI and Goku and Frieza on my team as well.
Man, I've had those guys done forever.
Dude, the second
Yeah,
that
I know,
UI
I
got
know.
announced, I link leveled him.
Yeah, dude, same,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, I put him on my team as soon as it got announced, and then other things kept coming that were going to be here sooner, like the EZAs for certain things. But yeah, he's getting there.
We are going to go ahead and wrap up this week's show. So, thank you everyone for watching. Huge shout out to Troco for manning the boards and keeping the stream afloat. Thank you, Troco. Don't forget to follow us over on Twitch, Twitter, join the Discord, check out the Facebook fan page, the subreddit, everything, you name it, all the links are everywhere. And if you miss any part of the show, don't worry, all of your favorite podcasting platforms have you covered. Google, Apple, Spotify, and many more. Subscribe and do not skip a beat. Join us right here tomorrow for our very next episode of the Dragon Ball Legends podcast. For the Masked Ningen, The Truth, Jay Fanta, and Goresh, I'm Toon Rami. Thank you once again for watching. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly. Bye-bye.